Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? My name is Rumour, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Now, today, we've got another set of rumors. You guys know how it is. This is literally what the channel's all about. At this point, you guys can literally just call me, Rumour Man, okay? Don't call me Ruffle Rally, just call me Rumour Man, because honestly, that's all I do. I'm sad, okay? I'm a sad human. Either way, joining me for today's video, I have a friend of mine, also a long-time viewer now as well, who I've been talking a lot with. He's a really great guy. He's joining me, and his name is Akuma. Say hi to the people, my friend.
So yeah, I'm here. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So I turned up his volume right now. It was a little bit low for a second there, but I've now turned it up so you guys can hear him 100%. Either way, so what are we talking about today? Well, basically, guys, something has popped up here, and I thought it'd be worthwhile to talk about. And the reason I brought Akuma with me is because he's got the proper translations here, and I want to have his opinion. So it's going to be a little bit of a discussion video. So it's going to be a little bit different than our usual stuff, but you know, it's always still kind of the same because we're going to have our normal discussions. So let's jump over to the actual information right here. So basically, what we're looking here is something that was posted by, or rather shared by, Steelix on Twitter, or Jackson on Twitter, who's someone, as you guys know, that has shared stuff with me before, but he tweeted this and included me, Skinny Snubble, King Nito, myself, Endgame the Cube, and Arrow as well. And it's basically a post, one of those 4chan rumors, or they call them leaks, but it's just rumors until they get proven to be actual leaks. But either way, so I'm gonna just, for those people out there who just want the information, I'm gonna give that to you right now, and you can leave if you don't want to hear the discussion. Just for those people who don't give a shit, here's the information the first, 2 minutes in the video. Translation team lists 106 new Pokemon. Biggest region to date. Pokemon get an additional rarest shiny form. Solar system gets represented in form of legendaries. Organization called Ha Ha Ha, led by Ha Ha Ha. No official translation yet. User was banned for this post. If that's all the information you want and you only care about seeing that, then there you go, you've gotten the information you wanted. Now let's go over to the actual fun stuff, which is kind of describing all this and breaking it all down. So first things first, the person here was banned. Now, you may be wondering, okay, they got banned, what's the big deal? You know, that doesn't seem to make much, I mean, what's the important value here to us of him being banned? Well, it's a bit broken down here if you look at what Steelix says about this. If we open up this tweet again, and we go down here to his responses, somebody here called Simon actually asks him about this and says, what kind of reason do you have to believe this? Laughing out loud face, whatever. Because the guy got banned in less than an hour from posting. So often places ban people for spreading crap without any kind of reason to back up. Not on VP. Go take a look. Look, man. True, VP has a lot of trash posted there. Are you trying to imply that he got banned because it's the real thing? Server banned him. Already knew that it was all real. Is trying to keep it secret. That's your reasoning. And Celix responds with, usually treads get banned if it's suspiciously legit, which sometimes happens, sometimes doesn't. It's a very iffy thing. I don't know. 4chan is kind of weird when they ban people. I don't really know what they banned them for. But if you want a reasoning for why it was banned and why that's an important thing, I don't think it's too important. But Steelix seems, and Jackson tends to be like, you know, keep his wits about him when it comes to this stuff. But if you want to know why that's somewhat, I guess, important to this thread here, now you know that. So let's get into what the actual thread says here, which I think is the more important part. And also something also mentioned here by Vegetable Cooking, who apparently also was one of the people to like hint at leak, and also leak Let's Go Peach Let's Greavy, but I'm not sure if that was 100%, I'm not sure, but let's get into what he said though. He says, first I've seen, did anyone happen to catch this before the file was deleted? It also says, user was banned for the post. Was this reported on 4chan? Do we know where this was originally, if that was the case? There's a lot of missing information, and that could help credibility, and of course, we had a link from Jackson here, which takes us to the actual 4chan post. Also, if you guys see hentai up here, it's not me, it's 4chan, okay? They have weird promotional ads and stuff. I don't know, dude. It's strange, okay? Don't question me about it. But there was only one post, and there was somebody saying no, and then after that, it's just, you know, the post was shut down. But, alright, we've seen that. Now let's look at what the actual post says. So, the first thing here, as mentioned, is that translation team lists 106 new Pokemon. Now, we'll explain here why that's important in a second, but 106 new Pokemon, in my opinion, sounds awesome. So, what do you think in your opinion, Akuma? Does 106 new Pokemon for Gen 8 sound like a decent amount? Just that question, like, what do you feel about that?
Well, I feel that it's a good amount. I do not know if it's too much or too little, because in generations that we got in less than this, it feels like too little. But also, with how many Pokemon are there already, it could also seem like too much. It all depends on how original the new designs are.
See, because I was thinking, like, based on what people are saying, a lot of, like, people that are, you know, that have knowledge or theories and stuff, tend to say there's going to be over 100, right? Now, how many over 100? I don't know. I don't think this will be, like, Generation 5 levels of new Pokemon, okay? Because I think if we're getting 100 new Pokemon, like, 106 brand new Pokemon, then we're probably also going to get a bunch of new forms, right? Like new forms and new, like, etc. type of stuff. And also when they mention, like, a bit later down there, they mention rarest shiny form, rarest shiny, which is also something that was hinted at, like some new form of shinies was actually hinted by the Japanese Riddler, who's the person that actually leaked the final starter evolutions of final starter stages of final evolution stages of the Sun and Moon starters. He was the one who leaked those, and he also sent a hint to one of my sources that then gave it to me, which basically, hinted at a new form of shinies showing up. So something like rarest shiny being like a new form doesn't really seem too out of the blue. And think about it, right? Shiny hunting has become a bigger and bigger thing across the Pokemon, like just across the board. And Pokemon is embracing it more and more. I mean, you notice it in the games. They're making shiny hunting easier and easier, so more people will do it. So introducing another form of shinies that's harder for the people that want more of it makes sense, right? It's just another piece of gameplay. And it's just logical in my brain. But yeah, so they also mention biggest region to date, which, I mean, if this is real, I'm on board for it. But again, please remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a rumor. So don't instantly run with this and assume that it's all, 100% correct. It's all simply a rumor. You never know. This stuff can change at any given time. And it could all be just nothing. But please just keep that in mind as you are listening to me and watching this video. Next thing here, Pokemon get an additional rare shiny form, as we just mentioned. We already talked about that and what the Japanese Riddler had to say in the past. Then Solar System gets represented in form of legendaries. Now this is going to be important for the translations and the breakdown that Akuma is going to give you in a second. So the Solar System gets represented in the form of legendaries, and also organization called something something, led by something something. No official translation yet, so that's the final thing. So Akuma, my friend, give us the translations. What were the translations for the first word here, which is what the organization is called, and who's it led by? Do you have the translations? And I can probably pop them up on the screen as well.
Yes, well, in fact, in this case, the first word, which is the name of the organization, it's a compounded word. It's literally two. One is made out of katakanas, and the other one is a kanji. One thing that I would like to mention is when usually they write it down with katakanas, it means that it's a foreign word, that they don't have a literal word in Japanese for that, or that it's going to be used internationally. So it literally says neon group, where neon is specifically neon. If you go to Google Translate and you type neon into the translate from English to Japanese, it's that what it's going to pull off. And then the other part, it's a little bit weirder because we have 4 letters. In Japanese, letters are usually a combination of 2 letters in English. So the first one is the letter K, the second letter is the letter E, the third letter is the letter Sa, and the last is the letter Ro. So it says Kaesaru. Now, Kaesaru, usually you don't say the last word, so it's Kaesar, which if you change the K to a C, it's literally Caesar, like from Julius Caesar.
Yep.
Like the name of the old emperor from Rome, which conquered almost all of the world. And the thing is that
all of the known world at that time,
Well, yeah, of the known world.
Yeah.
So the thing is that there are a few things that came up to my eye when Ruffles showed me this. Because when they said solar system gets represented in form of legendaries and the name is Caesar, then it comes in mind Italy, it comes Rome into mind. Because for them, the name of our planets were the name of the gods. So for example, Mars is the god of war. I believe that Jupiter is Zeus.
Zeus, yep.
That showing up. So
yeah, it's right there.
The gods are planets. So it would make completely sense if they are going with a region that it's based on Europe, and in the previous leaks or rumors in the very past, they said that it was going to be either Spain or Italy. It would make sense then to be Italy, because in the Rome religion in the past, they thought that the planets were gods, or they named the planets after gods.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? This was one of the discoveries. We have also a few other things, which is, for example, the number of Pokemon and what that could be representing, because it's 106 specifically. We're going to talk about that in a second, but as he mentioned, something that I actually was told, but I totally disregarded, was somebody saying that it was going to be Spain or Italy, but I said, wait, I never heard anything about Italy. I've heard about Spain theories and speculations and things, but I never heard about anybody saying that Italy was going to be a region. I remember somebody told me this, and I was totally flabbergasted. I was like, really? Italy? I've never heard anything about Italy being a region. But now it kind of makes sense. I mean, again, this is just a rumor, so this can all just change at any given time. And this could just be nothing. Again, please keep in mind, guys, this is also fun as shits and giggles. This could all change at any given time. This could mean nothing. But again, the planets, in, I guess, old Rome, the gods were, the names, or the gods were the planets, essentially, or the planets had the names of the gods, right? To put it in simple terms, as Akuma explained. So that's one of the connections to, the old Roman Empire, that existed ages ago. What else do we have? Well, if we go back to the actual rumor here, we have the mention of, let's see, right here, I think, right, so of course we had the name of the evil organization's leader, which would be, your boy Julius Caesar, or Caesar specifically. His name is, Caesar, then in, the Japanese word there. Now, Caesar, for those who do not know, this man, conquered, as mentioned by Akuma, literally all the known world at that time, or almost the whole world. He's one of the best remembered people through history. The man he's legendary. Let's just put it like that, okay? He's legendary. So if he was to, be portrayed as, the new evil team boss leader in the next games, I mean, it would be cool, but I did mention to Akuma this, and Akuma, you can agree with me on this, right, when I mentioned it, that I think it's a little bit too on the nose, right? Yeah, so... Yeah, it's to me, it feels like it's a little bit on the nose that you would call the evil team leader Caesar. It's a little bit too, really, isn't that a little bit too obvious in a sense? Yeah, sure, instantly the thing that he mentioned, though, that Akuma said, was that, well, think about, Kalos and Lumius, Lumia City. In Lumia City, which is, based on Paris and, just based on, the whole Kalos is based on France, Lumia City, it's based on Paris. You literally have the Eiffel Tower, right? Right there. You've got it. So, in all fairness, them having, a character that's an evil team leader for a Neon group or Team Neon or whatever, and the guy is based on has the name Caesar and is kind of based loosely on Julius Caesar. I mean, hey, I don't know, dude. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. It sounds logical in my opinion, but... who knows? But here's the last thing we're going to bring up, though. As we talked the Neon Group. We've talked the name of the evil team leader. We've talked about the rare shiny form. We talked about the legendaries being based or represented in form of the solar system, or rather the solar system being represented in the form of legendaries. But one of the things that we haven't talked about is the 106 new Pokemon. Now, in the Roman kind of history, the 106th year, I think you said, right? The 106th year... was when the Trojans' Dacian War was ended, right? Akuma, my friend?
Yep, that's right. In fact, the Trojans' Dacian Wars started in the 101. Then they had a stop after the 102, but then they began again in the 105 to finally finish in the year 106.
So if we look down here, so the Dacian War, where two military campaigns fought between the Roman Empire and the Dacian during Emperor Trajan's rule. The conflict were triggered by the constant Dacian threat on the Danubian province of Moesia, which, I mean, that's okay. Geography ain't really my type of deal right now. And also being increasing need of resources of the economy of the empire. Trajan turned his attention to Dacia, which also is the name of the car brand. Weird. And an area north of Macedon and Greece and east of Danube that had been in the Roman agenda since before the days of Caesar, when the Dacians defeated the Roman army at the Battle of Histria in 85 AD. Okay, so what do I want to get across here? Well, basically, this rumor, if it is true, would be telling us that we are getting a region based on, I guess, Italy or Greece, right? I guess it'd be one of those two. Would it be Italy, though? Wouldn't it be more likely Italy, right? It'll be Italy, yeah.
It would be Rome, the capital of Italy.
Yeah.
And the name of the gods gods being the planets, that's from the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
The Greeks have another name for them.
Pretty much. Now, another thing that should be kept in mind is that when you look at where, you know, Kalos, again, Kalos based on France, right? When you look at this right here, for anybody who doesn't know their geography, boom, right there. So this is Kalos, and you know, the map of Kalos. Now, if we kind of zoom in a little bit of Kalos, I can kind of, actually, if I can just find a better image here. Oof, big oof. But if we just take a look at Kalos here. So Kalos is based on France. You can see the shape of it. Now, if anybody doesn't know, if you go to the north here of Kalos, in the real world, considering where, you know, this is France, on the north here, you would have the UK. Okay, you've Ireland and the UK, or so to say. If you go straight down south, you'd go to I think Spain. Yeah, Spain. And then if you go a little bit to the west, so southwest, you'd have Italy. Sorry, not Italy. You'd have Portugal. But if you go to the southeast, right down here, you'd instantly have yourself you'd have Italy. I keep messing up Italy and Portugal. But you'd have yourself Italy right down here. So Italy would be right down this corner. And we have seen things like right there. There's like, I think there's like one of these things in the Pokemon anime saying that beyond these mountains in the X and Y anime, they mentioned that there is something like a distant region beyond these mountains. So anything is possible, ladies and gentlemen. But that's going to be just about it, though, for this video. So, yeah. Thank you to Akuma, by the way, man. Thank you so much for joining us in this video, dude. I really appreciate it, man.
Thanks a lot for inviting.
All good, dude. And yeah, so he gave you the translations there. You guys could see that. The man knows just Japanese. I don't know shit about Japanese. That's why I have people like him to help me out with these sort of things when I do not know it. So big thank you to him for that. I don't know about this, guys. I'm feeling iffy on this one. It's a little bit 50-50 because it feels a little bit on the nose. A little bit too obvious. To be realistic, but honestly, I never expected Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee to be real on that April 1st bloody rumor that was posted. I never expected that to be real, but guess what? Hey, I was wrong, and ended up being real, so who knows? This could be end up being real, but you never know. It's just fun to speculate, and that's the whole purpose of these videos. So if you guys did enjoy, then drop a like down below. I'll catch you all the next time. Have yourselves a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.